I'm Connor Thompson, watching Weekends here on 12 News.
From WBNG, the Southern Tier's #1 local news, this is 12 News This Morning.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for being here with us on this Tuesday. I'm Jess Lipson. It's 5:30, and today is February 25th. I can't lie, this morning was quite nice, just warming up my car and not freezing the entire time. Can this continue? That's the question. So let's send it over to meteorologist Connor Thompson to find out.
Jess, I think you know the answer to this, and I made it purposely warm for you because I got tired of you complaining about how cold it was here across the region. Seriously, though, yes, it was a cold stretch of weather. We are now looking at that milder weather remaining at least until Thursday. Satellite radar picking up some rain showers here, so I hope Jess used his windshield wipers, although I don't think it was raining when we came in. But regardless, make sure you use those wipers as you head out the door today. Water view showing that system moving on in from the west. It's going to continue to kind of track to the northeast here, so we're not expecting a direct impact, and even then, the rain amounts are going to be very manageable here as we head throughout the rest of our Tuesday. Temperatures are ranging greatly here across the region. 30 in Plymouth and Norwich, 40 currently in Vessel and Owego, 41 currently at the airport, 31 in Shenango, just a stone's throw away from the airport. Looking at 36 in Saruca, 36 in Delhi. We're also looking at temperatures nearing 31 over in Margaretville. But compared to where we were this time yesterday, 12 degrees warmer, and the milder air is looking like it's going to remain, at least like I mentioned, through Thursday. Let you know what we can expect and when we can expect that cool down coming up in about 15 minutes.
Thanks, Connor. It's been 3 years since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Yesterday was marked by the UN passing a resolution condemning Russia for the invasion. Ukrainian President Zelensky hosting Western leaders in Kyiv, and U.S. President Donald Trump hosting France's president to discuss the Russia-Ukraine war. Efforts to broker an end to the war are ramping up. The U.S. is brokering a deal to extract Ukraine's mineral resources, and Zelensky trying to hold out on agreeing to such a deal. Sherelle Hubbard has more.
Ukrainians say it's been a long 3 years.
I feel incredibly tired.
We have undergone a very big transformation.
Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky marked the 3-year anniversary by hosting European leaders at a world memorial in Kyiv. With somber expressions, the leaders placed lanterns to honor the fallen. On X, Zelensky proclaimed his, quote, eternal gratitude to the fallen heroes. He said 3 years of resistance, 3 years of gratitude, 3 years of absolute heroism of Ukrainians. In the U.S., President Donald Trump hosted a world leader of his own.
I think we should never say, I will never send any boots on the ground, because you give a blank check to violate any type of commitment.
France's president met with Trump in the Oval Office and stressed the importance of Trump standing firm against Putin. This as the U.S. joined Russia to vote against the United Nations General Assembly resolution condemning the war against Ukraine, putting the U.S. at odds with its longtime European allies. Just last week, President Trump falsely accused Ukraine of starting the war.
Instead of standing up to Putin, Donald Trump is siding with him and against our own allies. Instead of condemning Putin's lies, Donald Trump is parroting Russian misinformation.
Democrats in Washington condemning the U.S.'s about-face on the Russia-Ukraine war as Ukraine's future hangs in the balance. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Pope Francis, hospitalized in critical condition with pneumonia in both lungs, was showing a slight improvement, the Vatican said Monday, while cautioning that doctors would not offer a prognosis. Amid global concern over the 88-year-old's health, the Vatican said in its evening bulletin that the critical clinical conditions of the Holy Father demonstrate a slight improvement. Today, there were no episodes of asthmatic respiratory attacks. Some laboratory tests have improved, it said, noting that Francis had worked in the afternoon after receiving the Eucharist in the morning. On Monday evening, a few hundred faithful joined dozens of cardinals assembled in St. Peter's Square to recite the Rosary. The prayer for Francis, leader of the Catholic Church since 2013, was led by the Vatican Secretary of State, Cardinal Pietro Parolin.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, negli Atti degli Apostoli si racconta che la Chiesa pregava intensamente mentre Pietro era custodito in prigione. Da 2000 anni il popolo cristiano prega per il Papa, che si trova in pericolo o è infermo. Anche in questi giorni da quando il Santo Padre Francesco è stato ricoverato al Policlinico Gemelli, un'intensa preghiera si eleva per lui al Signore da parte di singoli fedeli e di comunità cristiane del mondo intero.
Oxygen that has been administered in recent days was given Monday with slightly reduced flows and percentage of oxygen, the Vatican said. It cautioned, however, that considering the complexity of the clinical picture, doctors declined to decide on the prognosis. A federal judge has declined to temporarily restore the Associated Press's access to some of President Donald Trump's events, the Oval Office and Air Force One. The Associated Press was seeking a temporary lift of the ban the Trump administration put on the news organization earlier this month. The ban was to punish the AP over its decision to continue using the term Gulf of Mexico. Trump renamed the body of water Gulf of America in an executive order soon after taking office. On Monday, U.S. District Judge Trevor McFadden gave a number of reasons for why he decided to deny the request. One of those, McFadden wasn't persuaded that the AP was facing irreparable harm as a result of the ban. President Trump met with French President Emmanuel Macron as Russia's war in Ukraine entered a fourth year. And the Trump administration is now telling federal agencies they can ignore a threatening email from Elon Musk. CBS's Erica Brown is at the White House with the latest.
I thought it was great.
In the Oval Office, President Trump defended Elon Musk's demand to more than 2 million government employees.
So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working?
In an email, federal workers were directed to list 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week by 11:59 p.m. Monday. Musk said failure to respond would be taken as a resignation. But hours before the deadline on social media, Musk backtracked, saying subject to the discretion of the president, workers will be given another chance to respond. Earlier, the Trump administration told agencies their employees did not have to respond. With confusion growing, Alex Berman with the Internal Revenue Service says morale at his department is abysmal.
This is just another step in the demonization and harassment of employees who have only worked to serve the American people.
A federal judge ruled the White House's ban restricting the Associated Press from some events can continue for now. The ban comes after a dispute with the news organization over their use of the name Gulf of Mexico instead of Gulf of America. At the White House Monday, President Trump hosted French President Emmanuel Macron for high-stakes talks focused on Russia's war with Ukraine. Both leaders expressed optimism that Russia and Ukraine could strike a peace deal soon.
I will be meeting with President Zelensky. In fact, he may come in this week or next week to sign the agreement.
The U.S. is leading negotiations to end the war, but in an interview on Russian television Monday, Russian President Vladimir Putin says he has not, quote, substantively discussed the war yet with the U.S. In a sign of shifting U.S. policy toward Russia, the U.S. opposed a UN resolution that blamed Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
The Secret Service agent who attempted to shield President John F. Kennedy and his wife Jacqueline when shots rang out in Dallas, Texas, has died. Clint Hill was 93 years old. Hill is best remembered in the iconic image as the man who leapt across the back of a limousine on November 22, 1963. He pushed the First Lady down into her seat to cover her and the President, who was fatally wounded. Hill was assigned to the First Lady's detail that day and was riding in the car directly behind the President as the motorcade drove through Dealey Plaza. As shots rang out, Hill said that he kept his eyes trained on Kennedy as he jumped onto Kennedy's car.
Ability to do that, to protect the President that day, and we failed. There's no question about that, because he was dead. And I felt a sense of guilt because of all the agents on the working that day. I was the only one who had a chance to do anything.
The Secret Service released a statement on Monday that praised Hill's unwavering dedication and exceptional service. The agency did not announce the cause of death. The town of Tinton Falls, New Jersey, lost its mayor on Sunday. Vito Perillo died at 100 years old. He was the oldest active mayor in the country. Perillo was serving his second term. The World War II Navy veteran was first elected in 2017, beating an incumbent when he was 93 years old. Perillo wasn't a member of a major political party and ran door-to-door campaign. He worked as an engineer for the Department of Defense before seeking office. The time now is 5:39, and coming up on 12 News this morning, in Illinois, a jury has been set for the case of a young Palestinian boy who was murdered by his neighbor. But first, we take a live look with our Security Mutual cam. We'll be back in a bit.
You can gamble on everything. Now you've just got to ask yourself, should I? Take a pause and take our survey to learn about your gambling habits, setting limits, and free financial counseling. OASIS, here for you every step of the way.
For over 30 years, Madison Window and Door has been providing the highest quality windows and doors to your area. Not only can you count on the best products, but Madison brings their expertise in exceptional installation. Whether it's replacement or new construction, Madison Window and Door has the products and knowledge to get the job done right. Call today at 607-967-4323 or visit MadisonVinyl.com and discover Madison Window and Door.
This month at Matthews Chevrolet in Vestal, save on a spacious and high-tech new 2024 Chevy Tahoe High Country, yours for under $78,500. Or choose a new 25 Equinox LT and save up to $2,500 off MSRP and get 2.9% APR financing at Matthews Chevrolet or MatthewsChevy.com.
Every day, the StormTrack 12 weather app is there, keeping you informed and notifying you before the conditions outside hit your area, providing easy access to current weather updates wherever you are. Download the free StormTrack 12 weather app for up-to-date forecasts and radar. The StormTrack 12 weather app, sponsored by UHS.
What kind of future do you want? I want to help you achieve things you haven't even considered or even possibilities.
Settle up, partner.
Failure is not an option. Anyone? Just a second, Bradley. Anyone?
One day, I will prove myself worthy. You could prove yourself now.
Life's got a way of showing you what your next move's gonna be. Hopes are open to seeing it.
On this field, winners are born.
Hold on to your butts.
I know who did it.
I know why.
My thing's bigger.
Shut up. No, it isn't. We just need one little thing.
Afraid to ask, but what's that? Here goes nothing.
Sensational.
You have such a heart for people. Get your game on.
Welcome to Scrabble.
Whatever the next move is, we'll have an impact together.
There's always something new out there.
Thanks for coming after me.
We look forward to our very bright future.
Is there really gold at Fort Knox? Even President Trump has questions.
We want to see if the gold is still there.
Gold mystery at Fort Knox, the most secure vault on the planet. Next, Inside Edition.
Tonight at 7:30 on WBNG.
Welcome back. The time now is 5:42. New details on a possible motive in the deadly hostage standoff at a Pennsylvania hospital over the weekend. One police officer was killed and 5 others were injured. A social media post from a physician's assistant revealed the gunman was grieving after losing his wife in that very hospital. Gloria Pezmino has the latest on the investigation.
An officer slain and medical staff taken hostage after police say a man entered an intensive care unit inside a Pennsylvania hospital armed with zip ties and a gun.
He went straight to the ICU, and in the ICU, this individual went and held hostage members of the UPMC staff.
CNN has learned that the gunman, Diogenes Archangel Ortiz, was removed from that hospital Friday night after becoming irate and emotionally distraught after learning there was no other treatment available for his wife, who was on life support, according to a law enforcement official briefed on the investigation. Ortiz fired his weapon multiple times, killing West York Borough Police Department officer Andrew Duarte and injuring 5 others. Video captured from inside the hospital shows police arriving as the hostage situation unfolded. Meanwhile, inside, police attempted to negotiate.
Mr. Diogenes Archangel Ortiz came out holding at gunpoint a member of the UPMC staff who was also had her hands tied with the aforementioned zip ties. holding her at gunpoint, coming out into the hallway. The officers, left with no recourse, did open fire and did shoot and kill Diogenes Archangel Ortiz.
Lester Mendoza, a physician assistant at UPMC, says he tried to comfort Ortiz, writing on Facebook, quote, "I was there when we delivered the worst news imaginable to him, that his loved one was gone. I saw his devastation firsthand. In that moment, I truly did not see a monster. He was simply broken." Mendoza went on to write, quote, "We are working in a system that is stretched too thin. The medicines and supplies are too expensive. Insurance companies more relentless than ever. Unsustainable staffing and turnover." First responders honored Duarte in a procession as his body was moved to Lehigh Valley. Duarte joined the department in 2022. He previously served in the Denver Police Department, where he received an award for his work in impaired driving enforcement.
It will never be easy to know that one of your close colleagues and a friend is not here with you anymore.
No patients were injured in the shooting. Pennsylvania State Police are leading the investigation with help from the York County District Attorney's Office. State Police say no additional information will be released until the investigation is completed. The trial of the Illinois man accused of murdering a Muslim boy got underway this week. A 12-member jury was selected Monday for the trial of Joseph Zuba. He is charged with murder and attempted murder for allegedly attacking his tenants, 6-year-old Wadi Al-Fayumi, and his mother. Authorities said the child was stabbed more than 20 times. The boy's mother survived the stabbings, which happened in October of 2023, only days after Hamas attacked Israel. Prosecutors claimed Zuba took his anger out on the Muslim and Palestinian family. He's also facing hate crime charges. Zuba has pleaded not guilty. The trial is expected to last a week. New York City will be closing dozens of migrant shelters in the coming months. City officials say a total of 53 sites will be phased out by June, including the Roosevelt Hotel. The hotel has functioned as the city's primary migrant intake center for the past 2 years. It also became a symbol of the migrant crisis affecting cities across the Northeast. The hotel provided thousands of migrants with food, medical care, temporary lodging, and legal assistance. According to the city, the majority of the 232,000 migrants who have arrived since the spring of 2022 were registered at the Roosevelt Hotel. A major American company has pledged to invest $500 billion in the U.S. over the next few years, while Starbucks is slashing jobs and its menu. Wall Street kicked off the week with a mixed closing, with stocks dragged down by tech losses. The Dow gained 33 points, the Nasdaq dropped 237 points, and the S&P 500 dipped 29 points. CBS News' Carissa Lawson has the latest business news from New York.
Apple says it's investing $500 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years. The tech giant's plans include the hiring of an additional 20,000 workers in the U.S., a massive manufacturing plant in Houston, Texas, to make servers for the company's artificial intelligence services, and the creation of a manufacturing academy in Michigan. Starbucks employees who will be part of a mass layoff will be notified by today, according to the coffee chain CEO. The company says it's eliminating 1,100 jobs and also several hundred open and unfilled roles as it reorganizes to create smaller, more nimble teams. The layoffs are not expected to affect retail store staff such as baristas. Starbucks is also eliminating 30% of its food and drink menu, targeting items the company says are less popular and more complicated to make. And an iconic childhood favorite, the Ring Pop, is getting a new look this spring. The wearable candy, shaped like a giant 3D gem, will come in milk chocolate just in time for Easter. The milk chocolate Ring Pop comes in packs of 2 and can be found in Walmart stores nationwide. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Carissa Lawson.
Well, it's a different picture than what we saw at this time yesterday, where we saw some mainly clear skies. We are now seeing some rain showers starting to push across the region. The good news with these rain showers is that, well, they're generally on the light side, not expecting much in the way of any significant impact for your morning commute, but you want to turn the wipers on as you head out the door. Make sure you grab that umbrella as well, because we are expecting to see these continue on throughout the afternoon because, well, there's still a bunch of moisture behind us, but like I mentioned, it's generally going to be on the light side here and really no concerns over the long term. So rain showers, may even see some snow showers as well, mainly in spots off to the east near the Catskills, 1,500 feet or higher in elevation. Any snow that does fall, looking at very minor accumulations, less than an inch for a majority of us here in those higher elevations. Rain does return on Thursday, so we have a quiet day on tap for Wednesday before that rain returns on Thursday. We're looking at cold conditions returning for the weekend. Well, one day is looking nice. The other day for Sunday looking cold and below average. And then we're looking at the melting continuing on, which while we aren't expecting any huge impacts from the melt, we could see some area waterways start to rise a bit, which does increase the potential maybe for some waterway issues. But for now, it's looking rather quiet here for the short term. Out the door today, yeah, it's going to be rainy. We're going to see temperatures in the lower 40s, mild for this time of the year. Average highs are in the mid to upper 30s, so above average to say the least. Chance of precipitation, yeah, we are looking at those chances increasing as we head on into the afternoon period before falling down as we head towards the evening. So it's a quick mover here, but just something you need to be prepared for. You'll notice 10 o'clock off to the west, we're talking about spots in Cortland County, Tompkins County, maybe the northernmost portion of Tioga County seeing some rain develop. As we head on into the afternoon, we are looking at the rain pushing on through. Again, maybe a few areas in Delaware County developing some snow. Again, those are the areas highest in elevations, 1,500 feet or more. But as we head into the overnight period, look at that, pretty quiet conditions here. Cloudy skies, waking up tomorrow morning, looking at quiet conditions as well. This model showing some snow showers developing. I am not saying that at all. I think with temperatures above freezing, it's going to have a hard time for those snow showers to actually develop here. But yeah, it's looking like a cloudy day for a Wednesday, to say the least. Now, in terms of rainfall amounts, they're not looking at a lot of rain, about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch here. So very light amounts throughout the course of the next 24 hours. But just keep that in mind because see a few slick spots on area roadways. Now, temperature-wise, as we head on into the day, low 40s, upper 30s by around 3 o'clock. And then as we head on into the overnight, these temperatures fall down, lower 30s, so right around that freezing mark. And then I think this model undersells us just a bit. I have highs tomorrow reaching near 40 degrees, much earlier than what this particular model is showing. But regardless, it's still going to be on the mild side here as we head into our rest of the week here. Look at these temperatures. By Thursday, we could see spots in the mid-40s. Wouldn't it be shocking to see maybe some spots flirting with 50 degrees on Thursday, but we are dealing with those rain showers. Quiet on Friday. Saturday, looking at some rain and snow showers, 39 for the high, 26 on Sunday, much colder, 30 on Monday as well. So colder air does return as we begin the month of March.
All right, thanks, Connor. The time now is 5:52, and coming up next, we'll have a look at your top stories of the day. But first, here's someone we're remembering from our community.
Since 1973, our family has been helping your family get the car or truck they need with low prices that you never have to haggle for. A free locator service that helps you get exactly what you want and people who stand behind what they sell. Because at Planet Pre-Owned, that's how we do things around here. Always have, always will.
With Allegra, you can stop being sneezy without feeling sleepy. Get 0% brain interference for fast, non-drowsy allergy relief with Allegra. It's a no-brainer. Disney Snow White in theaters March 21st.
Dear winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Get President's Day savings all month long. Lease an all-electric BZ4X for $159 a month. Or lease RAV4 with all-wheel drive for just $329 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
From where it happens.
Make yourself known now.
83-10-01 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
To where you live.
I'm T. Chappelle.
And I'm Lee Zurich.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We uncovered
cover real problems, issues that affect us all.
Go, go, go. They'd be outgunned, wouldn't they?
They would definitely be outgunned.
Do they have too much control?
Oh, they do.
And real solutions that help keep your family safe.
It's a serious threat to patients.
It should be terrifying to all of us.
It could be worse. The FDA is taking a look at it.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Why are they hiding it?
The top of the car was ripped like a can opener.
Show me your hands.
They're dropping the ball, in your opinion.
Exactly.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
I was shocked.
Investigate TV Plus. Weekdays at 4:30. Only on WBNG.
I have osteoporosis, but I know I can manage my bone health every single day. Osteoporosis is a disease that makes bones weak and more likely to break, but you can manage it. Eat a healthy diet, including calcium and vitamin D, regular exercise, and talk to a healthcare provider about treatment to keep your bones strong. Learn how to start on your own path to good bone health. Get bone health tips at pathtogoodbonehealth.org.
Hi everyone, Avery here. Make sure you're tuning in to Around the Tiers Monday to Friday, 3 to 4 p.m. We have local stories. We sit down with local people to learn more about all our community has to offer. Stay tuned.
This is 12 News This Morning. Welcome back, and if you're headed out the door this morning, the time now is 5:55. We're taking a look at your top stories this Tuesday morning. Catholic faithful gathered in St. Peter's Square for a second night of prayers for Pope Francis. The Vatican says the pontiff remains in critical condition, but there's been some improvement in his laboratory tests. The Argentine Pope has been in the hospital since February 14th for a number of health issues, and doctors have said his condition is touch and go. The Secret Service agent who attempted to shield President John F. Kennedy and his wife, Jacqueline, when shots rang out in Dallas, Texas, has died. Clint Hill was 93 years old. New York City will be closing dozens of migrant shelters in the near future. According to the city, the majority of the 232,000 migrants who've arrived since the spring of 2022 were registered at the Roosevelt Hotel. Those are your top stories of the day. The time now is 5:56, and coming up at the top of the hour here on 12 News This Morning, a look at our sports highlights. But first, we take a look outside with our Security Mutual cam as we send it over to Connor with a look at the weather.
Yeah, we're seeing some isolated rain showers right now, but as we head on into the afternoon, we are looking at the chances here, seeing some more widespread rain, especially around 1 to 3 o'clock. It's going to be light. We're not looking at a lot of accumulation, but just be wary. We are looking at some slick road conditions, to say the least, for this morning. I am tracking some colder temperatures, though, after this week as we head towards the beginning of March. Let you know what we can expect coming up my full forecast in about 20 minutes.